Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we will clear the law of increasing returns to a factor, which is very much important law of production function. So do subscribe my channel to see all the videos related to production function. So let us start the concept with the help of a schedule, and then we will draw a diagram. I am making 4 equal columns. First is related to units of fixed factors. Then units of variable factors. Units of variable factor. Only one factor is variable. And this is also known as unit of variable factor. We assume that variable factor is labor and the fixed factor is land. It is also known as quantity Q, because for the calculation of further total production and margin production, quantity is required. For the calculation of total production, AP multiplied by quantity. As it is, we will write the values of total production, because here the values of average production is not required. So the values, so the fixed factor, we are assuming land, which is fixed, and labor. As well as units of output increases, labor will also increases. Then I am writing down the values of total production. First 2, then 6, 12, 20, and last one is 30. Then marginal production. Number 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We can calculate marginal production. Change in total production divided by change in quantity. In this way we can calculate marginal production. So we are taking 3 levels of output, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now let us write down first of all what is the meaning of increasing returns to a factor. As more and more units of variable factors, single variable factor and not factors, more and more unit of a variable factor is combined with some fixed factors, then initially TP increases at an increasing rate, and ultimately MP also increases. So TP increases at an increasing rate 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, because marginal production denotes to change in total production. What is the speed of a change of total production? That is represented by marginal production. And now let us first of all draw a diagram, graphic presentation of law of increasing returns to a factor. We will draw 2 diagrams. Number 1, total production and marginal production. 2 separate diagrams will be there. Units of output, units of output, here we will take total production. Here this represents marginal production, and the values are total production units 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units are there. and total production, that is maximum 30. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, and last one is 30. So let us first of all prepare total production. At first unit of output, TP is 2. First unit of output, TP is 2. Because this is the division of 2.5. Then at the second unit of output, TP is 6. Then at the third unit of output, total production is 12. At fourth unit of output, total production is 20. And at fifth unit of output, total production is 30. So as well as we joined all these points, we will get total production. And you can remove these dotted lines which you have drawn with the help of pencil. You can erase easily. Then this is the total production curve. Now let us draw marginal production. There are 5 units of output and total production 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. At first unit of output, marginal production is 2. First unit of output, marginal production 2. Second unit of output, marginal production is 4. At third unit, it is 6. At eighth unit, it is 4. At fifth unit, it is 10. So while joining all these points, we get MP, marginal production curve, which is left to right, upward sloping, and make a straight line. And this is the actually law of increasing returns to a factor. This is increasing returns to a factor. Actually this is this is the first stage of law of variable proportion, which we have recently clear in my previous video. We have clear law of variable proportion. And now let us see which are the causes of operation of law of increasing returns to a factor. Number 1, the first cause is number 1, fuller utilization of fixed factors. Initially, machines which is a fixed factor, that was partially utilized, but with the help of variable factor, these fixed factors now fully utilized, so that TP increases at an increasing rate. and ultimately MP also increases. And now what is the second cause of operation of increasing returns to a factor? That is better coordination between the factors. So there is high degree of coordination. There is high degree of coordination between fixed or variable factor. That's why total production increases and marginal production also increases. Number 3, division of labor and specialization. देखो, as well as a variable factor is combined with fixed factor, then there will be division or subdivision of process of production, and ultimately that's why this variable factor will increase the total production as well as marginal production will also increases. So these are some common causes why increasing returns to a factor applies. Number 1, fuller utilization of fixed factors. Initially fixed factors were not fully utilized, and with the help of variable factor, now fixed factor gives fuller utilization so that total production increases and ultimately marginal production will also increases. Then better coordination between fixed factor or variable factor. And third point is due to specialization of variable factors, now production will be divided into divisions or subdivisions. That's why total production will increases and ultimately marginal production will also increases. So that's all regarding the law of increasing returns to a factor, in which we have clear its meaning, schedule, graphic presentation, and moreover causes also. So that's all regarding this topic. In the next video we will clear what is the law of constant returns to a factor and why it applies. Thank you.